Whoa, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, da, da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately.
Hey guys, it's Kristi. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be in the kitchen making some easy holiday appetizers. These 3 appetizers that we're going to make today are simple to do and will totally wow your guests. They're going to be asking for more, so be prepared to have extras ready to go because I guarantee you they will want more. This video is part of my holiday entertaining series that I've been doing. I already have a couple of videos done for that series, starting with a vertical pear salad, and I'm gonna have a couple more before the holidays are over. This is also part of the Something for All Seasons collaboration that I host with my friend Sherri from Pretty Simple Sherri. We do this 4 times a year. We've already done all the others. This is the last one for this year, and we thought holiday appetizers would be the perfect way to end the Something for All Seasons collaboration. I'm gonna leave links for Sherri's channel and for this collaboration playlist in the description box below. So if you're looking for easy holiday appetizers, you've got to check it out. We did this same collaboration last year and we had so many great ideas from people, and I know we're gonna get the same this year. So check out those links in the description box. I'm also gonna put the link from last year's easy holiday appetizer collaboration that we did, so you can check out that playlist also. Now let's head into the kitchen and make our candied pistachios, cranberry and orange goat cheese balls, and stuffed mushrooms. For the cheese balls, I started out with 1 log of goat cheese that I had let sit out on the counter for a little bit just to soften up so it'd be easier to work with. Next, I've chopped up some dried cranberries and added about 1/2 cup to the goat cheese. And then I zested 1 orange, and I didn't quite zest the whole orange, but I did use most of it. Next, I juiced 1/2 of that same orange, and I just used my hand to make sure I didn't get any seeds into the mixture. After adding the orange, it was time to mix everything together so we could start making our goat cheese balls. To make the balls, we're gonna start with some pecan pieces that I just put into a bowl, and then I'm using my 1-inch ice cream scooper to scoop them up. And they're pretty easy to scoop because by this time you've worked with the cheese quite a bit, and then you just roll them in the pecans. And the pecans are nice because it actually helps them not to stick to your hands as much. As I rolled my cheese balls, I just placed them on a small baking sheet that was lined with parchment paper. One of the things that is so nice about these is you can make these up to a day or 2 ahead and just cover them up and put them in the refrigerator until you're ready for your party. To make the sugared pistachios, I started by preheating the oven to 350 degrees. To make our pistachios candied, I used 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of water, and a little bit of sea salt, and then mix these together. It'll make a syrupy consistency, which is what you want. Next, I added 1 cup of raw pistachios to my mixing bowl. I get these from the bulk section of my grocery store, but I know they sell them in bags from Costco also. Then I added my candy mixture and mixed everything together really well. The final step is to spread these out onto a baking sheet, and I just used my baking sheet and lined it with some silicone liners that I have. I love these because they clean up so easily. I will try to find some and link them in the description box in case you're interested. I've had mine for years and absolutely love them. The last step is just to bake these for 8 to 10 minutes. I set my timer for 8 minutes. You'll know they're getting ready when you start to smell them, and it seemed like I started to smell these right about the time that my timer went off at 8 minutes. So that was plenty for me, but depending on your oven, you might need a little more time. When these are hot out of the oven, they're gonna be soft, but don't worry, they will harden up as they cool down. For the stuffed mushrooms, I separated the stems from the mushroom caps, and then I just chopped up the stems. You just want a nice rough chop on these. You don't want them too big, but they don't have to be super tiny either. I added a couple of tablespoons of olive oil to a skillet. And then I added my mushroom stems, and I minced 1 clove of garlic. seasonings, I added a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper. I like to pour it into my hand, and then that way I can make sure I'm getting just the right amount. I let this cook for a little bit just to make sure all the moisture comes out of the mushrooms and to make them a little bit tender. Once these were pretty much done, I added a little bit of fresh thyme and then just sauteed them for another minute so the thyme would get cooked through. Then it was time to add the goodness that makes this come together and just taste delicious, and that is the cream cheese. So I added 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese, and mine was softened a little bit, but not too much, but no worries because the heat is gonna soften it up, and you just wanna mix that together until the cream cheese has melted and you're able to mix everything together nicely. Once the cream cheese was melted enough to mix everything together really well, I transferred it to a bowl so that I could start stuffing my mushrooms. I just used a teaspoon to fill my mushroom cups, and don't worry about overstuffing. The more the better. They are gonna be so good, and I kinda like it when they pile over the sides of the mushroom just a little bit. I used the Baby Bella mushrooms. You could definitely use white mushroom caps for this as well. I like the Baby Bellas a lot and think they give a nice flavor to it. So that's what I like to use, and I believe there were about 15 in my pack. So I stuffed these, and again, I'm putting them on my silicone lined baking sheet. To finish off the mushrooms before putting them in the oven, I added a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese to the top, and you want a nice coating over the top of these, and I like to cheat and use the grocery store Parmesan cheese here. It just helps save a step of having to grate the cheese, but you could certainly do that yourself. And then you want to bake these at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes. I baked mine for 15 minutes, and by that time, the mushrooms were leaking some liquid from the bottom, and that's what you want to see. They'll have softened up and you'll see a little bit of liquid coming out of the bottom of them. I knew my mushrooms were almost done, but they weren't browned enough on the top, so I went ahead after 15 minutes and turned my broiler on and left them in for another few minutes. If you do turn on your broiler like I did, just make sure that you keep an eye on them so they don't get overly browned or burnt. To plate the mushrooms, I used my marble board, and then I just added a little thyme to each end for the garnish. For the cheese balls, I'm using my tiered tray that I found at the thrift store this year. You can't see it because it's covered up, but it did have Christmas designs on it. And then I also garnished the section with the goat cheese with some cranberries, and on the bottom I just used an assortment of different types of crackers. And for the candied pistachios, I'm using my little Christmas tree dish that I found at the thrift store for 50 cents. I think these all make a beautiful presentation, and guys, that is part of it. You want your food to look as pretty as it tastes. I hope you'll give at least one of these appetizers a try this holiday season. You won't be disappointed if you do. Let me know in the comments below which one you like the best and what you think you might try, and also let us know what your favorite holiday appetizer is. Remember to go check out Sherri's channel and the playlist for the collaboration. I'm also gonna leave the link for last year's holiday appetizer collaboration so you can get even more inspiration from those. And then I'll also leave the links for all the videos that I've done so far for my holiday entertaining series. Guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out more than you know. Remember to subscribe and turn on your bell notifications, because I still have more holiday videos coming out, some decorating and more holiday entertaining, so you don't want to miss any of those. And guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.